tried to get up to get out of the vehicle and realized I couldn't because there was something on top of me, and it was my legs. I was folded in half.
It's good things with our volunteer commissioner, Travis Flood. I was getting in front of myself. Of course, all the commissioners are volunteers like yourself,
Right,
and that's pretty good things for people to be able to volunteer their time to help all of us. But I had some concerns as I drove down Kickapoo just a week ago, and I saw a sign up that said construction December 6th, and I thought, man, why would we have construction in our retail epicenter right now? And I went to pick up the phone to call our city manager and then the assistant city manager, and well, we're going to tell you in just a little while what's going to be happening on Kickapoo. But right now, I want to ask the commissioner, when I've got questions like that, like there's things going on or I want to know something about the city, who do I contact? What do I do?
No, absolutely. And so one of the things that we've really been working on is that kind of open dialogue with our citizens and individuals that have questions. And so we have just recently hired a new position at the city, and we have a fantastic, amazing new person on our team, Marcy Jarrett. And Marcy Jarrett is our new public information officer.
Oh, cool.
And so one of the things that she's going to be working really, really hard at is the kind of the storytelling, and then also the information transfer and kind of broadening that bandwidth so more individuals can have easier access to more information like that, and knowing the right persons to call, the right person, the right numbers, all the things, so that like you said, sometimes it's difficult to find information, and sometimes even if you're in the same kind of office, if you're not working on a specific project, if you're not part of something, you might not have the best answer. And so one of her main jobs will be to work between all of the offices and kind of be the mouthpiece for the city as far as getting information out there about questions and about what we're doing and where we're at on projects and all those things. So we're very excited about that.
It's Marcy Jarrett, who is now the communications director, I'll just say.
Public information officer.
Public information officer. That would be centered out of the city manager's office, I would think, right there.
Yeah.
And so that's a great source of information, because what I do is I turn to my buddy and I say, hey, what are they going to do on Kickapoo on December 6th? And then he tells me something, and then I go repeat what he said, and then somebody else repeats what I said, and we don't really have it. But if I could just contact Marcy Jarrett, the public information director for the city of Shawnee, we get the real scoop, and when we tell somebody something, it's exactly what's going on.
Right.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Talking about wanting to know exactly what's going on, we've got a multi-million-dollar decision, like tens of millions of dollar decision coming up, and it's coming up very quickly. When's that date for our choice?
So that is one of the things that we talked about, and I want to make sure that I say it exactly right, because I don't want to give somebody some wrong information here. But it, along with the other general election that will happen in January, this will be part of that information.
So there are multiple election times that are available from the Oklahoma Election Board that cities or school boards or counties, different things, can offer elections. And this time to vote for city residents is huge, because this is a choice vote. It's not an election vote, because water is going to happen. So when is this going to happen?
So January the 10th is that date.
And tell us exactly, Commissioner, please, what are we choosing?
So the options will be for an half-cent increase in our sales tax, which will be for any goods and services rendered in the city limits of Shawnee, or a gradual increase in our water bill per customer, not per water usage or anything like that. Just
Right.
just straight across the line per person.
If you have a water
Yes.
account,
Yeah.
it's going to increase $20 to $25.
Yes,
And
over 4 to 5 year period, depending.
well,
on
it'll
what it is.
hike up
Yes.
4 to 5 years. But what we
Yeah.
want to be careful to know is that means $20 to $25 on every bill.
Yes. Yes.
Not like a year
Right.
or something like that. It's on every bill.
Right. Absolutely.
So it's going to be a half cent, which right now we think, okay, I'm going to spend $1. That means it's $1.10. Well, that doesn't change when we add a half cent. It's basically just getting us closer
Right.
to that
Yeah,
pure
yeah.
10 cents.
Right.
But it is a half cent increase, and now that will be used for just water?
No, it will be used for infrastructure in general, which will be water, sewer, streets, and rain.
Okay.
Not rain, but oh my gosh,
Sewers?
sewer, and sanitation. So yeah,
And
yeah.
a few months ago when we started talking about
storm drains. Sorry, storm drains. Storm drains. Yeah, yeah.
a few months ago when we started talking about this, I kind of got up irie about
Right,
it
yeah.
in the sense of going, why would we say it has to be used? So much has to be done,
Right.
blah, blah, blah. And that's a big change
Yeah.
to say infrastructure.
Yes, infrastructure.
When
yes.
we say infrastructure, that means it can be used for a lot of the things that just, last year about this time we were talking, hey, why are we building parks? Because we need new roads or we need this. Well,
Absolutely.
there's a big reason about that. We had specified parks when we passed that vote.
Yeah.
This opens the door for it to be used more liberally towards the needs of infrastructure.
Yes, and within reason.
Yes.
Yes, and that's going to be with making sure that we're taking care of the intended water and sanitation first, and then as funds allow, then being able to look towards storm drainage and streets and things like that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so it will be a fantastic addition to our ability to take care of and kind of walk back from some of those deferred maintenance issues
Yeah.
that we've struggled with as a city for a long time.
So we had a huge turnout this month for the votes, and let's get another huge turnout. This
Right.
is going to be the second Tuesday, I believe, in January. It's January 10.
Yes.
Get out and vote. Your choice, whether you want to increase the sales tax by half a cent to about a dime, a dollar, or if you want your water bill to go up $25 in a gradual increase over the next 4 years, and then it's on every bill you're paying $25 extra. Your vote, your choice. But that does touch on something because I believe we needed a lot of work in our parks. A lot of work is going on in our parks, and so now we're a year or so later since the hubbub. Travis, how do you feel about what's going on at the parks?
It's really, really exciting to see the things coming in, to see the more opportunities for quality of life things for young families and for our heck, anybody that wants to enjoy some of our awesome, amazing parks. They're going to be, and the amphitheater is going to be amazing in Woodland Park, and it's going to be very close to the new Veterans Memorial exhibits that have been continued to be. That is amazing.
It is a
and
great
to
exhibit.
be right there close to that, to where families can enjoy both of those, and it just our amazing veterans and the awesome folks that are the volunteers and making that happen are just unbelievable, and they're working so hard to continue to grow that, and then for the city to match that effort with growing and repairing and rebuilding the park. That it's just going to be a great thing for families to go and enjoy for many, many years to come.
So
And-
the pool will still be there. That's a great pool,
Yeah.
redone by Avitas in year 2, about 8 years ago.
Right.
But also the tennis courts, I noticed the fence are down. They're going to be still there,
Yeah,
right?
Yes, they're going to be expanded. They're going to be adding more courts, and I believe there's going to be some pickleball courts there as well, and all of that's going to be resurfaced.
So tennis and pickleball and
Yeah.
swimming and
Yes.
veterans, and
Yes.
there's a room there for outside bands
Yeah.
and things for your
Amphitheater,
organizations.
yeah, absolutely.
That's really going to be a nice center city,
Yes,
central city.
It is. It's going to
Well,
be amazing.
and you were talking about it just being good for families. Travis, I have to say, And I want you to know, in our community, it's about getting to know one another. And that's one of the things that we want to do here. When Travis talked about doing something like this, we wanted you to get to know him. And I thought that I knew you. And,
Yeah.
and this is what I want to encourage, is that I was just checking Facebook one day, and I don't get on there very often, but checking it, and I saw you make a post about, you were running a half marathon or 1K, I don't know what it was.
A 5K.
But
Yeah.
you mentioned that a while ago you were in a wheelchair or expected like a life-threatening deal
Right.
that I never knew about. Can you tell us a little bit about that? What happened?
Yeah, no, so in my early 20s, I was 21 years old, and very early 20s, I was living the big life and making tons of money and chasing after things that I thought I wanted, and ended up
And you were he was in the oil field.
working in the oil field, making more money than a 21-year-old kid should. Didn't know really what to do with it, and so didn't have a family yet at the time, and through a series of poor choices, I had a really terrible car accident, and in the process of wrecking my pickup, I was not wearing my seat belt, and my driver's body partially busted through the driver's side glass, and the truck rolled over on top of me at one point, and whenever I came through from all the struggle that was, being bounced around inside the car, I tried to get up to get out of the vehicle, and realized I couldn't because there was something on top of me, and it was my legs. I was folded in half, and was able to somehow pull myself out of the car and crawl to the side of the road where I passed out, and that's where the paramedics found me and put me in the ambulance and metaflighted me to the city, and 6.5 hours and 6 or 7 neurosurgeons working in shifts took them to put me back together, and so the day after that, one of the awesome, amazing neurologists from the hospital came and sat down on beside my bed, and she told me that based on my injuries and kind of walked through what had happened to me, she said they didn't expect me to regain much feeling below my waist, and that I needed to prepare for the rest of my life being a wheelchair user, and so that kind of was a pretty significant reset period in my life. Mm-hmm. And in that post, I was just talking about how thankful I was for the things that I've been given, and the second chances that I have had, and the things that I've overcome, and how easy it is sometimes to forget how blessed we are, and how much that we actually have been given. And the fact that from one point in my life being told that I was more than likely not going to walk again, to running a 5K with my son. I didn't run it very fast, but I ran it, and then in that process of standing around, kind of waiting on some other family members to finish another little race that was taking place. A very nice lady that had been working really hard to be at that race and to be part of that race finished towards the end, and they had ran out of medals. And it was really a big deal for her to finish that race, and asked me about my medal, if she could purchase it from me, and to which I promptly said, no, you can have it. And I gave her my medal, and she was very thankful, and I was beyond thankful for the opportunity to give it to her. And I think that's kind of like we said, in this time of year where we look around, and there's a lot of things that are wrong with the world, but there's a lot of things that are still good with our world, and there's still a lot of good things that are in people and in each other, and when we get so caught up in stuff that we can't step back and think about what we've been given, and think about what we have, and be blessed with that, and then do our best to bless others, then what's the point of any of this?
It's
right?
so true, my
right?
man.
And so,
I saw that, and Travis and I have known each other for 5 years, and I never knew that story. When I asked him about it, he said, haven't I told you that? And we just don't know unless we talk with one another, and that brought me to this idea of trust, because Travis is, first of all, a human being, and he's got a job, he's got a family, but then he's serving us as a commissioner, and we've got 7 people around that half circle serving us that are just like you and I. I mean, we're just people trying to do the best we can, and then they're leading a staff of 200, 250 people who are all doing the best that they can in our city to make good decisions for all of us. Though we wouldn't always agree with the decisions, they're the best decisions from the information at hand that can be made, and we need to kind of walk in that trust with our local, especially our local elected officials and staff members.
Yeah, and sometimes it's sometimes it's hard. The decisions we make, we don't take those lightly, and they're not just on a whim. We have discussions with each other, and we talk with the city manager and with the department heads, and just kind of walk through some of those things. And sometimes there are situations that we found ourselves in where the options aren't very good, and sometimes we know that there's going to be decisions that if we kind of weigh out the percentages and weigh out what's going on, there's 3/4 of the people are going to be okay with this, but there's going to be a significant amount that are not, and doing what we believe to be the best for the majority is sometimes hard. Mm-hmm. and sometimes it's not popular, because that's the wild thing about it. If it's the best thing for 51% of the people, then it's the best thing. But that means 49 are going to be pretty, either want something different or not like it. Not necessarily, but that's just kind of understanding how that works. And then sometimes it's really easy to think that we have this, amazing power that we're yielding, and it's just a group of folks that have committed to giving their time and their hearts and their lives to a bunch of people, because we truly love and care for the people we're trying to serve. Do we get it right every time? No, nobody does. But do we do our best to make sure we've got all the information and make those choices based off the best information? Yes. And sometimes, like I said earlier, there's those choices aren't always, easy. And we shouldn't just blindly be, given, carte blanche just to run off and do whatever the world we want to, but having some faith and trust in the person that you've, like you said, elected to do their best, and then along the way be able to ask questions and ask them to us, not just kind of like what you're saying. If I go to you and say, what in the world's Travis doing? You may or may not know what in the world's Travis doing.
But I'm going to have an opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so, but if you say, I don't know, here's Travis's number, why don't you call him, or something like that, then that would be, a good way to kind of figure out what in the world Travis is doing,
Or even better, here, let me introduce you to Travis.
Yeah, right.
And you can ask that, because I'm pissed off. I want to let you know. Right now I'm pissed off. And when we come back, I'm going to ask Travis questions.
Okay.
1 million people in the United States are affected by Parkinson's. Parkinson's disease affects the brain, causing the loss of dopamine, which affects your ability to move, affects your ability to think. So here are 4 cardinal signs of Parkinson's disease. 1 is a resting tremor. 2 is slowness of movement. 3 is postural instability. And 4 is rigidity or stiffness.
I like to come to action because they make you feel like a winner no matter what you can do. The people that we do it with become family, and we love to come each week and take part. Ask for action.
This is Sean, Play It Again Sports. Be sure to bring in your used gloves, baseball, softball equipment, Proline iron sets, newer back sets, just anything you have laying in the garage, you can get cash for your Christmas shopping. Play it against Sports. We buy and sell new and used sports equipment.
For 25 years, Eric's has served you and your family for all your prescription needs. Eric and his staff love the community and love seeing you in the store conveniently located on North Kickapoo. Make your day brighter by visiting Eric's today.
It's Sonic Good at all 4 of our Shawnee locations. Great food, great fun, the best hamburgers in town. Keeps everybody smiling. Parties or gatherings, there's room for everyone. It's always a good time, Sonic good time, at our Shawnee Sonic.
I'm Zach Lowe, founder and service manager of 6L Mechanical.
6L can fix anything, no matter the size of the job. Zach Lowe is experienced, connected in the industry. Whether it's a service call or a complete install, 1 truck or 100, 6L is your independent, reliable answer for mechanical, systematic maintenance, repairs, and system upgrades. At 6L, we have the techs and the capacity to respond to your immediate needs. But even better, when you talk with us about anything dealing with your mechanical systems,
I'm Zach Lowe, and I'm the one you'll talk to.
6L has systems in place to guarantee you
We do the job right the first time.
Harrison Discount Pharmacy of Shawnee is a good neighbor pharmacy. Harrison Discount Pharmacy is courteous, with quick turnaround times utilizing the latest technology from a convenient location on the corner of Independence and Harrison. Pickup or home delivery available, locally owned and operated. Harrison Discount Pharmacy of Shawnee.
Clinic Pharmacy across from the hospital has something for you. Boutique items in Shawnee. All your pharmaceutical needs taken care of at the Clinic Pharmacy. Jeff Casterkey at Casterkey Auto Mart knows cars and knows how to treat you right. I trust Jeff Casterkey and his mom Betty at Casterkey Auto Mart. Go by and let Jeff Casterkey help you for any auto body need you have. Clinic Pharmacy across from the hospital has something for you. Boutique items in Shawnee. You'll find something you like inside the Clinic Pharmacy. When we started this, I was driving down the epicenter of our retail hub.
Right.
And I see this construction sign for December 6th, and I'm like, what kind of ignorance is that? What? December 6th, that's like 3 weeks of the biggest shopping time of our year. Everybody's going to be down here. What's going on? Somebody's got to be smarter than that, right? And so I called my buddy and I asked him what, no.
Yeah, right.
I didn't.
Yeah.
But so December 6th, construction's happening on Kickapoo, which, why would we be having construction, Commissioner, on Kickapoo on December 6th through Christmas?
Yeah, and so that is when it is scheduled to begin, but based off conversations, that is ODOT, Oklahoma Department of Transportation.
Okay, so it's not a city
It's not a city thing. No, it's not a city thing, and unfortunately, we do not get to choose their timelines. They're a little bit bigger than we are.
Yeah.
And but what we do know is that's the beginning stages will probably start happening there, but the actual construction will more than likely not happen until after the first of the year. Gotcha. And basically what that is bridge maintenance on the bridge at Kickapoo and I-40, and then where the bridge goes over Harrison, and then a couple of our local railroad bridges. And it's a necessary evil because we don't want a bridge coming apart. That'd be terrible, But understanding that there will be, more than likely, as that takes place, there will be a lane closure. It won't be completely closed. It will just be congested during that time. But as from the best knowledge that we've got right now, they're indicating that the actual construction and the disruptions won't start happening until after the first of the year.
That's because our city's on the ball. They made a few phone calls, said, hey, ODOT, slow down. We need these retail sales going on. We love our people.
No, absolutely. And we've got so many good things. I'm really excited about some of the expansion to that area, and then more shops coming in, and just
And
Goodness.
possibly a new school over there
Yes,
sometime
absolutely.
soon as
Yeah,
well.
Not too long.
Well, Commissioner Flood, another great day
Yeah.
in the rubble,
Absolutely.
talking about some good things.
Right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much. And Shawnee, really,
Yeah.
together, all of us, we build community one season at a time. Let's just talk with each other.
Yeah. Awesome.